Hello students, good morning. Now in today's topic, yesterday we started the topic function. I gave the idea what is function. I told function is a special type of relation in which each and every element of first set must have image in second set. I gave the example like this. This is suppose a set A and again a set B. We have some elements in this one, some elements in this one, and each and every element of first set is having image in second set. Got it? Means each and every element must have unique image. Try to understand. Unique means this is called pre-image, and this one is called image. So no pre-image must have more than one image. Like suppose how to identify if you are given the ordered pairs. If you are given ordered pairs, then how to identify whether these ordered pairs are relation or function. Relation or function. So best way to identify, suppose I am writing here R is, we have 1 2 1 3 2 3 3 7 and so on. Another we have R, we have 1 2 2 3 3 4 4 5 and so on. And you have to check out of these two which of them is a relation and which of them is a function. Very simple idea to identify, very simple idea. Check every first element. If any of the ordered pairs first element is repeated, it means it is not a function. It means it is a relation. Like see, here we have 1 2 1 3, means one has image 2 and one has image 3. Is it possible? I told every pre-image must have unique image. So one is forming image with 2, one is forming image with 3. So it is not possible. So this one is function, relation. Here we see 1 2 2 3 3 4 4 5, means every pre-image has unique image. So simple idea to check whether given ordered pairs are relation or function. So we will check the every first element. If every first element is different, it means it is a function, and anywhere first element is repeating, it means it is a relation. Got it? Now let's see what is domain and range in the function. First, I would like to tell you one thing. When we write ordered pair like suppose A comma B, as I told, collection of all first element is domain, and collection of all second element is range. Got it? So in case of coordinates, first one is abscissa, second one is ordinate. Means this is on x-axis, A is on x-axis and B is on y-axis. It means the value which is obtained on x-axis, is what? domain, and the value which is not on x-axis means on y-axis it is range. So when we plot the graph of any function, whatever value we choose on x-axis, this is x-axis means this is domain, and if values are found on y-axis it is range. So collection of all first element means all abscissa, and abscissa is on x-axis. So these two things are to remember. Now real valued function and real function. See, we have two things: real valued function and real function. Real valued function and real function, these are two different things. Real valued function means a function in which range is real number or the subset of real number. Those functions are called real valued function. Try to understand. In a function, if the range of the function is real number or the subset of real numbers, it means it is real valued function. And real function, there is difference between real valued function and real function. What I told, in real valued function, in a function if the range is real number or the subset of real number, it means it is real valued function. And in case of real function, when a function has its domain real or subset of real numbers, in that case we say that function is real function. Function is real function. Real valued function and real function. Repeating, real valued function are those function in which range is all real or the subset of real numbers, it means it is real valued function. And in real function, a function in which domain is real numbers or its subset, the function is called real function. Got it? Now we are coming to next thing, how to know the domain and range of the function. Different types of function. First type of function, we will give the idea of the function and how to obtain its domain and range, and how many types of function. I am talking about the first function. Constant function. What type of function is constant function? A function in which variable is not available. Before proceeding to the next step, I would like to tell you, if we have a function, certainly it will have its graph, means it can be plotted on the graph. On the basis of graph, we can obtain the domain and range of the function. So first function is constant function. Constant function, I told, when a function is given in such a way that the variable is not available in the function. Like I am writing fx is equal to, suppose, 3. Fx is equal to 3. In this function we don't have any variable. or you can say fx is equal to 0x plus 3. 0x plus 3. Now let's see what is the domain and range of this kind of function, that is constant function. 0x plus 3. We always suppose let fx is equal to y. Fx is equal to y. Then what we have, y is equal to 0x plus 3. Y is equal to 0x plus 3. Now let us see how to find its domain and range. For every value of x, means we are ready to put any value for x to get the value. We are going to plot the graph. We are going to plot the graph. Let's see. Take some points. Suppose put x is equal to 0, then y is equal to what? 3. Put x is equal to 1, then y is equal to 3, because 0 into 1 is 0. If you put x is equal to 2, then y is equal to 3. It is constant function. Put x is equal to minus 2, then y is equal to 3. Put x is equal to minus 1, then y is equal to 3. Means every time for every value of x, try to understand, for every value of x we have same y. And what I told, the values of x which is taken on x-axis are the domain. So try to think how many values we can take for x. How many values we can take? We are able to take any value on x-axis, means negative, positive, fraction, decimal, whatever you want, means all real numbers we can take as x, and on x-axis we take all real numbers. So what is, when we plot the graph, let's see, when we plot the graph of this, see, this is x-axis and this one is y-axis. Form the grid. Let's see, this is 1, 2, 3, here minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, here 1, 2, 3, here minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Let's plot the graph. X is equal to 0, then y is equal to 3. This point, x is equal to 1, then y is equal to 3. This point, x is equal to 2, then y is equal to 3. This point, x is equal to minus 1, then y is equal to 3. This point, x is equal to minus 2, y is equal to 3. This point, when we join all these points, we have a straight line parallel to x-axis. Means this line is at constant distance 3 unit. And what values we are taking? We are taking for x any value. Means clearly, if we take any value on x-axis for the equation or for the function, it means domain of function. We write like this, df, domain of function is all real. We write r, domain of function is all real. And range of function, see, for every value of x, we have same value of y, that is 3, and that is constant. So what is the range of this function? Range of this function is 3, means it cannot go beyond 3 or it cannot come before 3. Means range of function is 3 and domain of function is all real number. So this is how we identify the domain and range of the functions. So this is all about constant function. Constant function, a function in which variable is not available. And for any constant function, This is true for all constant function. It is not necessary that it is true only for this. It is universal truth. It is true for every constant function. Means every constant function must have its domain all real and range is equal to the constant value. If it is given -3, then range is -3. If it is given 1, then range is 1. If it is given 5, then range is 5. But domain is all real. So this is first type of function for which we have obtained domain and range. Means by plotting the graph we can find out domain and range. Now second type of function. Second type of function is identity function. Identity function. See, identity function. Identity function means a function in which the variable has degree 1. A function in which the variable has degree 1 and its single term, that is monomial. That is monomial, like fx is equal to x, fx is equal to 2x, fx is equal to half x, fx is equal to minus x. Fx means only x with all kinds of coefficients. Like I am writing fx is equal to x or fx is equal to minus x. This is called identity function. It may be 2x, it may be minus x, it may be 5x, it may be minus 5x, it may be 1 upon 2x, whatever, means it will be a monomial with degree 1. This is called identity function. Now let's see what type of identity function is. I have told what is the domain and range of identity function. What is the domain and range of identity function? Let's see. We will plot the graph and clearly you will be able to know what is the domain and what is the range. Just keep in mind the concept, all values which is possible to take for x is domain and the possible values of y obtained is range. Got it? So fx is equal to x is an identity function. So let us see for every identity function what is the domain and range. As I told, let y is equal to fx, then we have y is equal to x. Y is equal to x. Now we are going to plot the graph and let's see what is the domain and range of the graph. How to identify? What value we take on x-axis, that is domain, and what value we obtain on y-axis, that is range. So let us plot the graph of this equation. Let's see, it is y and x are equal. Y and x are equal. For every value of x, we will have the same value of y. Can we imagine that for same value of x we can have different values of y? Try to think. For same value of x, can we have different value of y? Means suppose you take x is equal to 1, then y is equal to 2. Suppose you take x is equal to 1, then y is equal to 3. Is it possible? It is possible? No, because it is a function. I told 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 1 is repeating at first place, means it is not a relation, it is a function. So obviously you will know that for every value of x we have different value of y. Suppose I am taking here put x is equal to 0, then y is equal to 0, because y and x are both same. Put x is equal to 1, then y is equal to 1. Put x is equal to 2, then y is equal to 2. Put x is equal to 3, then y is equal to 3. Put x is equal to minus 1, then y is equal to minus 1. Put x is equal to minus 2, then y is equal to minus 2. Got it? Means, see, for same value of x we have the same numeric value of y. Now let's plot the graph. So let us come to discuss what values, possible values we can take of x. We can take 0, we can take 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, 0.5, 0.7, 0.8, minus 0.5, 3 upon 2, whatever you want on number line. Because this one is called, I think you know it well, this line x-axis is also called real line. X-axis is called also real line. Means all those numbers which are obtained on x-axis are real numbers. So we are choosing any value of x. Any value of x. Means we are choosing x is equal to 1, that is real, x is equal to 0, real, x is equal to minus 1, real, x is equal to minus 2, real, x is equal to 0.5, real. So every number which is obtained on number line, that is real line, is real. So we are able to take all possible real numbers. It means this line is domain. So domain of this function is what? Domain of this function is what? All real. Or we write like this, minus nd to plus nd. This is also called real. Minus nd to plus nd. This is also called real. So let's plot the graph and see how this graph is proceeding. X is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. This point, x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. We have x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1, x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1. Suppose this point, we have x is equal to 2, here y is equal to 2. Let us this point, x is equal to 3, y is equal to 3. This point, x is equal to minus 1, y is equal to minus 1. This point, x is equal to minus 2, y is equal to minus 2. This point, means we are taking all numbers on number line minus nd to plus nd. Minus nd to plus nd. It means the domain of identity function is all real. Now let's see about range. When we join all these points, we will have a straight line passing through the origin. Passing through the origin. It is a straight line. I am talking about line. A line terminates up to infinite, goes up to infinite. Means this will go positive direction up to infinite, and this will come in positive direction up to infinite. Means minus nd side downward and plus nd side upward. Means its range is also minus nd to plus nd, or you can say all real numbers. So what is the conclusion of this kind of function? What is the conclusion? Conclusion is the domain and range. The domain and range of identity function is always all real. So how to write? We write like this. Domain of function is all real and range of function is all real. Domain of function is all real. So whenever you have any kind of identity function, clearly you should know that its domain and range is always all real, minus nd to plus nd. So this is how we are able to know how the graphs are plotted and how we know their domain and range. So this is about identity function. So one idea I gave about the constant function, and another is identity function. Now we are coming to next type of function, that is polynomial function. Polynomial function. Third one is polynomial functions. You know the definition of polynomial. It is of the form ax to the power n, a1x to the power n plus a2x to the power n minus 1 plus a3x to the power n minus 2 plus a4x to the power n minus 4, means degrees are in descending order or maybe in ascending order. Means we will have the polynomial of different degrees, like you know this, the number or name of the polynomials: linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, cubic polynomial. Okay. Now let us discuss about polynomial function. Polynomial functions. Let fx is a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus a3x cube plus so on anx to the power n. I have written this polynomial function. Means it can be a linear function when degree of polynomial is 1. We can have a quadratic function, means its degree is 2. We can have a cubic polynomial function, means degree is 3, degree is 4, whatever is. Means we are talking general polynomial function. General polynomial function. So this is one type of function. So we will discuss one by one two types of functions. Like, let's see, I am writing a function. Let fx is equal to x plus 3 or x plus 2 or x plus 1. Any, this is what kind of polynomial function? It is linear function, because degree of x is 1. It may be 2x plus 1, it may be 3x plus 1, it may be 5x minus 5, it may be, means degree of variable must be 1. Coefficients and this constant may be different. No problem. No problem. So whatever domain and range we will find out, that will be universal, means common for all this kind of polynomial. This kind of polynomial means for linear function, whatever domain and range we will find out, that will be same for all linear function. Got it? So let's plot the graph. Automatically you will know what is the domain and what is the range of this kind of function. Let's see. Let y is equal to fx, then y is equal to x plus 1. Y is equal to x plus 1. Got it? Now we are going to plot the graph. Let's see. For every value of x, try to understand, for every value of x we will have different values of y. If you take x is equal to 1, then y is equal to 2. If you take x is equal to minus 1, then y is equal to 0. If you take x is equal to 3, then y is equal to 4. Means as you change the value of x, the value of y will change. So I am going to take the values of x. So imagine how many values, means what type of values you can take for x. How many values? Means we can take any real value of x, any real value of x, means x is equal to 0, x is equal to 1, x is equal to minus 1, x is equal to 0.5, x is equal to 3.5, x is equal to 1 upon 2, x is equal to under root 3, x is equal to under root 5, x is equal to under root 7, means whatever value you want on real number line, that will be the values of x, and that is domain. So clearly domain of this kind of function, domain of this kind of function is all real. Domain of this kind of function is all real. Then let us talk about the range. For every value of x, I told we have different values of y. For every value of x, we have different values of y. So as many values we are taking for x, as many values we will have for y. Means if we are taking the values of x all real, then definitely the value of y will be all real. Means the domain and range of this kind of function, that is polynomial function, that is linear polynomial, not all polynomial. We are talking about linear polynomial. So in case of linear polynomial, domain is always all real, and this happens in case of all types of polynomials. Means domain of all types of polynomial is always real. Now here range varies. Range varies according to polynomial. Means in case of linear polynomial, just right now we discussed that domain and range is all real. Domain and range all real. In case of quadratic polynomial, domain is all real, but maybe range may not be. In cubic polynomial, domain is all real. In tetra polynomial, domain is all real. Means for all kinds of polynomials, domain is all real, but range varies. Range varies. Sometimes it may be positive real, sometimes negative real, sometimes all real. So in case of linear polynomial, we have domain and range all real. Domain and range all real. So let us discuss about this. If we put x is equal to 0 or x is equal to minus 1, then y is equal to what? 0. If you put x is equal to 0, then y is equal to 1. If you put x is equal to 1, then y is equal to 2. If you put x is equal to 2, then y is equal to 3, and so on. As many values we will take on x-axis, as many values we will have y on y-axis. Let's plot the graph. Let's plot the graph. See, we have, this is x-axis, and this one is x dash, this one is y-axis, y dash. X is equal to minus 1, then y is equal to 0. This x is equal to minus 1, let this point minus 1 and y is equal to 0 at the same place. X is equal to 0, y is equal to 1. X is equal to 0, let this y is equal to 1. This point x is equal to 1, y is equal to 2. X is equal to 1, y is equal to 2. This point we have x is equal to 2, y is equal to 3. X is equal to 2, y is equal to 3. This point means we can take any value on x-axis. So domain of function is all real. Now let's talk about range. When we join all these points, we will have a straight line. Line goes to infinite. So it goes to infinite upward, that is plus nd. It comes to infinite downward, minus nd. Means range of function is always real. So we see that range and domain of this kind of function, that is polynomial function, and in case of linear polynomial, domain and range both are real. Now in today's lecture I have given the idea of three kinds of function, like constant function, identity function and polynomial function in one case, that is linear function. So it's your duty to take three different functions constant function, identity function and linear function, and you will plot the graph on graph sheet, and you will paste your graph in your copy. Means you will plot the graph, not my example, you will take another example, means another function of constant function, identity function and this kind of function, and you will plot the graph by taking the point I have taken, and you will plot the graph and you will mention the domain and range of this kind of function. In my next lecture I shall discuss about the quadratic function, cubic function, rational function and so many kinds of function. Till then, thank you very much.